Lux here is picked as a poke mid-game resource for Wonderstack, so they will have to compensate themselves into the early game, and that is Lucian and Braum. If they fail that, their early game is going to be devastating.
And I'm curious what the top lane will look like, because Shen, well, is mainly a tank, and Gnar, I don't think he's going to inflict a lot of damage, especially not against the Shen without an Ignite, so we can see a double teleport in the top, not focused on kills, more like on CS and picking up the Heralds probably, and still Sejuani. Now, as today we've seen one Sejuani in the jungle, I think she was pretty much aggressive even in the early game. I wonder if that's going to happen again.
We do see some aggression now by Oath and Rago. They're actually going to take a Trinket down, so Void Gaming are threatening with an invade on those Krogs. And as X-Worm and Giller are there, they are going to know that Elise starts from that bot lane. So this could give all the information to Psycho for a possible invade on that blue.
Exactly. And the longsword and 3 health potion start is also something that we've seen today, but that was from Riven. And as you said, Kuray also happened to have a first kill because of the itemization that he chose to go with into the top lane. Now with Gnar, I think that's quite a different situation, although the damage is real, even in the Gnar, even in the early game. I don't expect kills to happen as soon in the top lane as in the previous match.
Yeah, well, in contrast with the rest of the matches we saw today, this is going to be a match with very passive with very passive solo lanes and very aggressive bot lanes. So Brand and Braum are going to create tons of plays, and Brand is one of the most aggressive supports in this current meta. So I expect a very explosive early game, and I wouldn't be surprised if I saw camp by Elise and Sejuani around that Dragon area.
I really like the fact that Brand can get literally all of the money from the support item just by using one spell because of his passive. So with the Blaze, he will always be fully stacked and acquiring a lot of money. And as we mentioned, with the new masteries, he will also inflict a lot of damage. As you can see, Lucian's health bar, although he still does have the cookie, but looking at the CS difference between the two AD carries, you can see how the aggressiveness pays off.
Yeah, so Oath is already on half HP, and he should be careful. Another Frostbite could be very dangerous situation for the bot lane of OEG. And now there comes the Cocoon, it gets Rago. There comes the exhaust. It's gonna be first blood for the Hungarian team, and it's X-Worm who gets it. So Wonderstack start this game with the right foot.
Talking about Elise, now she did not. Oh, there's Kinzor.
Yeah, there's Kinzor. He turns up the barrier, and there comes a light bonding. It is actually the dominant that gets out traded, but he loses a summoner spell, and now we see the flash down, and it is going to be flashes from everyone. It's going to be Skinzer with 0 summoners now, and gladly for him, Bluezer was close, else this could be a disaster.
I think that was pretty much what he wanted, so Dominant to be aggressive so that Bluezer can come in and save the day with a flashy play. That did not happen right now. So the Cocoon did not hit, and that resulted in 2 summoner spells burned by the blue side and just 1 on the red side. I think Dominant is doing a great job having that early aggression. That is what he needs to do, because later on Lux will not focus on deleting him if a binding hits on.
Bluezer is going for a gank onto Emilia. Now Vicar is barely negating that, and now Emilia just goes away with the double jump, casually dodging the Cocoon, and he's in a place where he could possibly go 2 against 1.
That is the strongest aspect of Gnar top lane. He does not need to burn the Ignite to get away from a potential gank. He just needs to perform a double jump, which Kuray did, and the Cocoon did not connect, so yeah, that was the end of that battle.
Yeah, so Bluezer's Cocoons haven't been that successful yet, and his early game has been very strong. As we can see, he's already trying to deliver ganks with only Maset. He hasn't gone back, and he's full HP and mana, but now there is Psycho. He is going in. He does have the Tracker's Knife, so this isn't going to give him any further damage when it comes to a one-on-one. And she's just going to safely draw herself back.
I'm actually curious how this mid lane matchup will go, because as we take a look at the farms, in the mid lane and in the bot lane, there are huge differences, and also because of the Thunderer's Decree, even Lux and Riven can inflict a lot of damage just by putting out a lot of spells and auto attacks.
Seals and burst, mate, and this is just the definition of mid lane in this current game. I remember you telling me, oh, never mind, Blizzard gets caught, the Rappel comes out. There's just nowhere for Blizzard to go. It is going to be a 1-for-1, and he gets caught where he shouldn't be, so...
Without
a
a flash, might I add. So yes, earlier we've seen Blizzard burning his flash because he was trying to get away from Psycho.
Skinzer gets dived, there's a wind slash, it's not going to be enough. It is dominant, one hit away from dying, but I remember you telling me that Riven trading flashes is always a good thing. And right now, Dominant might actually try and go for a play. He sees Lux being out of mana, but he's not healthy enough to go for it. But look at Sejuani. Anon Psycho is there, and he gets found out by Elise. So in the end of the day, Blizzard is there. United with Stan comes out. The taunt will not connect as Psycho flashes over. Now there's a light binding. He gets him. Psycho goes down. Vicar gets the kill.
And that means that Wonderstag Esports is now standing with 2 kills. And yes, because Vicar got the kill, he will return to the top lane with a lot more tankiness. And acquiring that Ninja Tabai means that it will be even harder for Gnar to secure a kill, or even to just inflict damage and harass in the top lane. Now you can see, as I've mentioned, in the middle lane and in the bot lane, there's a huge CS difference in favor of Void Gaming, but in the top lane, I would say they are going even, and thanks to the kill, Vicar can now try to be the primary carry of Wonderstag.
Well, Ninja Tabi is considered a core item against the Gnar, especially as an Olympic, and this is actually the hardest part, getting to that Ninja Tabi. Now, he has Doran Shield, so he can block damage. He has Ninja Tabi, so 10% less damage from auto attacks, and Gnar's harass is severely decreased.
Thanks to that, exactly. And the movement of the junglers is, I think, the key to winning the early game. Thanks to that, Blizzard managed to secure 1/2 kills to Wonderstag Esports. But we are pretty much getting to the edge of the early game and getting near to the mid game where...
Oh, Vicar. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about. The harass is just significantly reduced by the Gnar. He's still trying, and there is no answer from Vicar, but how would he answer? He's a level behind, he's behind in terms of CES, and that 1 kill will just result in an even lane.
Yeah, so Dominant is 1-0. I guess that's all the kills he needs in the first 8 minutes, and he has done a terrific job. It might not have been Skinzer who was his victim, but at least he's out farming them. And Riven in the mid lane is usually harassed into skin disadvantage. Now, one more hit could stun him for the concussive blows. It is going to be the final spark who gets dodged. And now there comes the re-engage. Glacial Prison gets both. Yeller Flash is back. The Frostbite will not connect, but the Wind Slash is going to give Dominant the kill for the 2-0.
That was not just the flash, that was brilliant by Dominant, but also the Ignite.
Oh, Flash Cocoon! On to Dominant, the Rappel comes out! Skinzer is there, the Light Binding only gets Psycho, but he's tanking the tower. The red buff is there to slow him down, but Oath is close, there comes the stun. Skinzer flashes away, but Oath is there for the damage. Barrier gets popped up, the stun comes out, there's no follow-up.
This game is getting crazy. At the 10th minute, as we can see, only 4 kills, but a lot of progression, even in the bot lane.
Bot lane Rago, he gets deleted by the double tap, and now Blizzard is on the mid lanes. United with Sten comes out, but not quite in time. Not only he will go down, but Sen is not there. Now Skinzer being out of mana, he's very close to dying. There comes the Pyroclast. It's Dominant who gets his 3rd kill, and a very successful dive yet again from Void.
I think Oathbreaker only had enough mana to use his ultimate, or because of the cooldowns he did only that, but thanks to that, the aggression of the tower went on to him and not to Dominant's Riven, who only had like, yeah, you can see how much life he had. Yeah. He would have died even at the first shot of the tower.
Yeah, that was very well played by the Void Gaming squad. And at this point, I just have to say, we talked about WonderStack Esports laning phase and early game, and we said that it is going to be essential for them to get a very good early game on that bot lane if they want to scale into the mid game. And despite them losing a little bit towards that mid lane and jungle, Lucian, X-Worm is already 2-0, and he's doing an amazing job against Drago. Despite him getting outfarmed, he gets the items he needs, and their mid game is going to be just fine.
Because Bluzer is on the way, you can see a little aggression from Vicar, but I think that also gave away.
Oh, Cocoon hits, but double jump, as you said. Oh, the taunt flash won't be good. Vicar completely wastes his flash, and Emilia is going to be very happy about all the resources wasted for him,
and
while
actually,
he didn't even use flash.
Yeah, exactly. So he still has his flash up. Gallery is coming into the mid lane, but there's not going to be a lot of attention. What I particularly like about this Riven pick in the middle lane is that Youmuu's Ghostblade got buffed, and that's a great assassin item that you must buy. There goes the calling.
The calling is good. Raga gets deleted. He's going 2 against 1 X-Worm, gets a kill. Now it's only Oathing there. He keeps going. The Pyroclast comes out. The damage is good, but can he follow is the question. Now there is Psycho. He has a double buff. He has a Glacial Prison. He goes in. He gets the Sa down, and there comes now the Frost. The Glacial Fissure. It is going to be a dive, and Dominant will be the one cleaning that up. Meanwhile, top lane, another dive, and Vicar actually finishes Emilia there.
Yeah, that was a little unnecessary over-aggression in the top lane. Desperately, Kirae wanted that tower to go down. That did not happen in the end, so we still don't see any tower going down, but Dominant is looking for another action in the middle lane. Now, as we can see, we're only 12 minutes in the game, but 11 kills have already happened and took place. 2 landed at Vicar in the top lane. Despite wasting his flash, he managed to secure another kill. Thanks to that, he will become tanky in no time. And in the bot lane, X-Worm is happy with his 3 own kills.
Yeah, so it is going to be an exchange. A dragon for a tower, and while WonderStack get the extra gold, it is actually going to be Void who get some extra stats into their AD and AV. So this is going to make Dominant even stronger with the AD he is massing, and right now he's 4-0. WonderStack's problem is Dominant. If they find a way to sap him down or peel him away from his targets, oh, he gets caught, but he's not that squeezy yet.
Yeah, I think Skinzer just heard you.
Geller gets caught. There comes the Ignite Mist, and Pyroclast bounces between everyone, and Rago now goes down, but that was a beautiful ult. Oath is there. He's trying to do something, but in vain. WonderStack exchange 1 for 3, and despite Oath's beautiful ultimate, it is going to be WonderStack with a beautiful play on that bot lane.
Yeah, because most of the damage, as you already said, was put out by Brent in that team fight, thanks to his ultimate. The rest was focused on Shen, thanks to the taunt, and that is just not wise to focus on Shen, but that's not a decision to make. It's just good ability usage in the bot lane. Meanwhile...
Oh, beautiful light binding. He predicts everything. Final spark. And it's going to be Emilia who tries to escape. Geller might go down before that, but he just has to cast that Frostbite so he doesn't give a kill away. So in the end of the day, it's a kill for the support. Now Bluzer gets that Cocoon, but he's getting caught. Now there comes a flash. Windslash gets avoided by the Rappel, but Dominant is there to finish the deal. Ignite was actually enough. But oh, Dominant with the BM tanking of the tower, he is actually gonna go away as Skinzer does not have his final spark. And 5-0-1 with that Youmuu, he looks terrifying.
Absolutely, and yeah, I think that's BM award winning for today. Thanks to the kills and the CS lead that he managed to secure in the middle lane, and well, all through the map, he also managed to pick up a Hex Drinker, with which Skinzer's damage will be significantly reduced, as Lux is mainly focused on combo and combo
There
abilities.
comes the Glacial Prison. Final Spark comes out. X-Worm is getting focused. It is going to be Raga who grabs the kill. Now Skimzer is in line. The barrier will keep him alive.
Oh.
Beautiful cocoon. Rago has the flashback, and Skimzer is still alive. Not for long though. Double kill now for Emilia. There comes the dive. Loser tries to do something, but not successfully. 4 kills for Void and 0 casualties. That was a beautiful fight by the Greek team.
There are always turning points in games, and I think the early game was in favor of Wonderstag Esports thanks to the kills picked up in various points of the map, but still, one huge team fight, and again Void Gaming takes the lead, takes 2 towers, and altogether gets the lead.
Yeah, so 4 kills are gonna get Void Gaming rolling, and as a result, they're gonna translate this ace into 2 towers. So a lot of gold lead is being created right now for Void. And as we can see that they're 4,000 gold ahead, they are getting some vision control around the dragon, preparing themselves for the upcoming one.
The most important thing, as you already stated quite a few times, is in the middle lane, and with Dominance Riven, we can expect a huge lead. But other than that, in the jungle, I think Psycho is doing a brilliant job, thanks to the early catches that he managed to get Bluezer with. He also has a 2,000 gold lead.
Oh, X-Worm gets caught out of position, but there comes United Wist, and he goes in, he gets it! Faker is there, the Fate's goal is not gonna change anything, no, will follow, and X-Worm has been out of control now, 5 and 2. He deals enough damage to be compared with this Riven.
That is exactly what I wanted to say. So the only bright side that Wonderstag Esports has right now is in the bot lane, in the form of X-Worm, who can be protected even by Skinzor and Geller. So Lux and Grom are the right picks for that. Teleport's coming in.
There comes Teleport. Glacial Prison gets 2, but this is Geller and Bluezer. The Glacial Fisher comes out. Dominant is very far behind. There comes the final spark, but Vicar gets the kill. This wasn't a good decision by Void, and as a result now, they have to defend as 4 Winslas is used, but the tower is so low now. X-Worm gets a little bit slowed, and Void Gaming, they still want to grab that fight forward against 5. They are going for it. The Dawn Flash will miss. Dominant reacts perfectly, but now there comes Psycho. He goes in. He's the sole front line. Pyroclams comes out. It's Skinzer who gets a kill. It is X-Worm who dies, but the taunt follows. It's Dominant. One more hit will do it. Vicar gets a kill. Can he survive is the question. There comes the stun. It is the flash from Oath that makes sure that Sand doesn't go away.
I mean, after making a huge mistake, in the form of Vicar missing yet again a flash taunt, Wonderstag just did a brilliant job in the form of Geller, protecting not just the AD carry, but the whole team with that beautiful placed wall. So most of the damage that would have came out of Rago and from the Black Line in the form of Kirei just got cancelled and deleted from the whole team fight. Well, nevertheless, 15 to 14 is the count of deaths. We have almost 30 deaths in less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's saying something.
It's saying something to my voice, like, it's gonna hurt tomorrow, I just know it, so it's definitely worth it. Like, look at Wonderstag. They have been losing against Void since the first match, and right now they find themselves in a very good game. This is a derby. No one has a real advantage. Like, 3,000 gold do not count as a very big advantage for Void Gaming. They do have one more dragon, and now as the second one spawns, we gotta say that Elise is so far away, so it is gonna be a free, uncontested dragon for Void Gaming.
Crazy, but the standing of Dominant and Vicar are identical, even in form and in the matter of kills, assists, and deaths. So I think if they got to a one-on-one fight, which could pretty much happen, Vicar would be able to stall for enough time that his team could deal a lot of damage. Now that's gonna be a Herald.
A Herald contested by both teams is definitely something interesting. It is going to be Raga who grabs it, but he... Oh, Glacial Prison gets completely missed. The Gnar ultimate only gets Geller. This is not good for Void. Final Spark comes out. Now there is Dominant getting 2 kills. No one there to stop him. Vicar follows, and it's 3 kills against 5. While Void also get the Herald.
The only damage dealers of Wonderstag Esports were in the total backline. They didn't even have the chance to deal damage. Yes, Skinzor did lay out a few spells, but he wasn't there to help his team out. I mean, his ultimate only connected to the tanks of Void Gaming, and that's not ideal. I mean, in the backline, you have Dominant with the Riven, of course, mobile, and with a lot of shield, but your primary objective should still be deleting him.
Yes, and actually taking a look into that last fight, we saw Emiya's ult only get wrong. Actually, Glacial Prison of Sejuani missed everyone. And despite that, we see Void Gaming wreck that fight as they created a wall around Dominant that did not allow for the rest of Wonderstag to deliver damage to him. And this way they position themselves around the main damage dealer is what wins them those team fights. Because as you can see, they're even doing it without hitting those crucial ultimates. Oh, the calling comes in. Raga has to go away. Now Emiya is the one who takes the bullets for him. So that's the teammate's mentality. And while Raga escapes, he does lose both summoners.
What I wanted to point out is even the Vision game is showing how much of a lead Void Gaming has, because if you look at the minimap, you can see on the Dragon and even on the Baron Nashor, they have plays like, I would say more than 10 wards, which means they see everything. And the information in this game, especially before objective fights, is everything.
Yeah, so taking a look into the trinkets, I do see Void Gaming going for the 3 alterations of the warding trinket that was used to be called Scrying Orb. So this is going to give them not just very good vision, but it's going to give them a lot of range. So there's no need for the support to face-sec through everything in order to ward anymore. They can ward through a very safe distance, and as long as Wonderstag is not willing to face-sec those, then they're not going to be discovering those wards. So this is working quite fine. And with a pink ward around that Baron now, Void Gaming are threatening with the Baron.
In the bot lane, you can see Gnar with the teleport, but he also...
Fate's Call was used by Rago. The Fate's Call was used, and now it is on cooldown. I'm sure Wonderstag saw that. So now with one less cooldown, maybe they could find a chance into an advantageous fight. Despite that, Void do start the Baron.
Vicar is still in the bot lane. He has his ultimate, which is being used.
That comes. Glacial Fissure misses everyone, but the taunt gets 3 people. Now there comes the calling. Rago is very low, but he still deals damage. Everyone is there. Wonderstag disengage. His final spark comes out. It gets no one, and very nicely avoided by Void. Now Dominant wants to go in, but he doesn't feel confident with half HP. Void will choose to re-engage on that Baron, as they do have 2 pink wards. They could threaten Wonderstag and forcing them to re-engage.
See, that's what we're talking about. Lux's damage is huge, but just can't land those spells because, as you can see, they are easy to get away from, and that's exactly what Void Gaming did, even though Kalista got caught. Oh, Geller's in trouble.
Yeah, Geller.
No, it's not.
He got a lot of poke, so Brand sends a very clear message. I don't got relay yet, and I'm bursting you guys down, so Oath is really strong, especially when he gets at level 11. He is going to be even more threatening. And until that time comes, we are taking a look at Wonderstag, who have a lot of power spikes. We do see the static sieve getting completed by Lucian, and the thing that is actually puzzling me is that there's no sorceresses for Lux, and the lack of magic penetration might be one of the factors that they're not winning those fights.
Exactly, but other than that, they have
Oh,
That's another Baron call.
there is a rush by Void Gaming. Teleport comes up. This is the commitment
Teleport.
that we need to know. Double jump from Gnar and half HP Baron now. It is going to be Wonderstack so far. Final Spark comes out, but it's too early. It's going to be Bran who gets a Baron, and now Emilia is standing there. Void Gaming have to survive. Don't get old. He will get thrown back by the Fate Skull, and now there comes Gnar. The Gnar ultimate decimates the back lines of Wonderstack, and now Vicar with a 3-man Don't will do something, but Void is going in with Dominant. A lot of damage. Rappel is used by Bluezor, but he will go down. Everyone is low by Void, and now Schemzer, the sole survivor, has to go away. Dominant is there. There comes the Zonius. It won't matter. Dominant, with the help of Emilia, kill Lux for a perfect ace. 5-4-0. No, actually Rago died.
In the backline, yes, he was the only one who could die, but thanks to Bluezor, the damage was, well, barely, but enough to decimate the AD carry of Void Gaming. And actually, there was a time when the fight was looking bright and shiny for Wonderstack Esports, but still, because of the mobility and the cooldown reduction that Riven has, they ended up losing it.
Yeah, well, now this game doesn't look as good for Wonderstack. They are finding themselves 10,000 gold behind. A third dragon is being threatened by Anon Psycho, and while X-Worm is chasing, he wants Dominant, he gets him, he banishes the overextension, and he grabs a Sadan for his team. Dragon number 3 will get killed though, and movement speed is gonna make both Emilia and Dominant a much bigger threat.
Exactly, so both the jungler and the top laner will be able to initiate more often, or more likely to be successful in those initiations. That's just not just the dragon movement speed that they have, but also because of the movement speed tanky item that they acquired, the Deadman's Plate, they have a lot of tankiness and initiation potential.
I have to say, team fighting for Wonderstack looks good. They're 10,000 gold behind. They're doing fine on team fights. Like, of course, they're not winning them, but they're very close to fighting Void Gaming, and it's not a one-sided fighting scene. So right now, we have Solari completed for Elise. Randuin's and Sunfire makes Sen much stronger, and also Lord Dominic's Regards completed for Lucian, so his damage is going to be much greater. So Wonderstack definitely do not have a very good looking late game right now, but a small mistake from Void Gaming could be all the comeback potential that Wonderstack is looking for.
Exactly, but thanks to the middle inhibitor being down, now Void Gaming does not have to group in the middle lane, while Wonderstack Esports has to sacrifice a man to defend the Nexus Stars. And as you can see, that's not paying off right now for them.
Well, they're trying to clear the wave before they lose their top inhibitor tower. And that Baron buff will now officially make things even harder. Dominant is not there with the Barba, but he gets daunted. Only Bluezor is there. He goes in 2 against 1. Glacial Prism gets only the front line, but it won't matter. Glacial Fissure comes out. It's a Pyroclasm, and X-Worm gets caught. He gets the lead, and Rago going free damage mode while Vicar is holding 3. His team cannot sustain the damage. The dive is coming. The Zonia is there. It won't matter. Rago with a triple, and it's Void Gaming who are going for the 2-0. They want a place in the grand finals again, different dimension, and they get it against Wonderstack after an amazing fight.
I think that was the best possible fight that Wonderstack Esports or the members of the team could have been looking for, but the difference between the two teams, the goal difference between the two teams was too huge. It just could not have been overcome.